But going back a bit, perhaps to your field of expertise in the organizational structure as well, and then you have this map of different roles and tasks basically needed to be done. How should you? This was a topic we discussed at some of my previous companies as well. How should you organize the teams in the best way? And you can think of different alternatives. One is to have like a centralized data science team working disconnected from like the product teams or whatnot, and then you can think of a more embedded kind of solution where you have data scientists being spread out through the different product teams that you do have. Can you see any pros and cons with those
definitely.
Alternatives, or how should it be done?
Yeah, definitely. The easiest, in terms of convenience, is to have embedded data scientists or ML engineers in the delivery teams.
Why is this the easiest? Because I think that
because you can just put a guy in the team and he makes magic and it works. It of course creates the problem because it puts the onus on the recruitment guys. You have to get the superheroes. And usually you can't afford them because they have really comfy positions elsewhere.
I mean, and I think this question is really good because it's what it really also depends on the maturity of the whole organization. Because I remember I hired, we worked and you become a data scientist, and we did exactly that.
Yeah.
We didn't have what we needed. I couldn't wait, so I hired a data scientist team into the data and analytics teams in the City of States. So we were sitting in the City of States in the business unit. And basically, let's go, let's do this. Of course, now we are talking 2013, 12, 13, which essentially means that from a platform perspective, the Vattenfall data platform didn't exist. From an understanding that I need a guy now who I need to give all the different access of all the business unit data was never heard of. So, how long time did it take you and me to fix your access to all the data? I think it was 6 months.
We never fixed it.
You see what I mean, right?
I still don't have access to all the data.
So basically, not of course all data of Vattenfall, but within the business unit, sitting in the management team, still seeing, I really need to have the SAP data. I need to have this data, and of course, this role description or access AD role does not exist. Yeah. So it's a combination of all roles, and no, we can't give that.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22. So here is like convenience, yes. Were we ready for that in 2013? Were the organization ready for that? Not at all. So then maybe if you put it higher, digging it even all the way down into IT, meaning that sort of they have access because they're all admin, right? But to put you with those kind of access rights in the business in 2013 was a quite interesting experience.
To put it mildly.
But back to the question then. So this is a convenient way, kind of hard if you're not mature and have organized your data or your platform so you can sort of, in an easy way,
you need really to know what guys you're putting in the delivery teams to do all the sort of data science and the ML engineering needed.
Yeah.
And that becomes an HR nightmare in terms of recruitment or talent management, or talent acquisition rather.
Yeah, so in the City of States, in the BU level, to do the recruitment of a data scientist, HR can't help you. So you need to have a manager who kind of needs to know a little bit. We knew each other. I know I was in the neighborhood of the field, so to speak. Yeah. So that's how it worked.
Yeah. And I think if we're going to be sort of concrete in terms of sort of what can this map tell you about how you should be doing, is that this map is prescriptive. I've put sort of the different functions and processes in the places where I think they belong. And if you're starting sort of a data science department or an analytics department or an AI department from scratch, you need to have an expert in the top management team. Because if you are going to invest in AI and machine learning in your company, you haven't done it before, it's going to be an uphill battle. And if you don't give it the investment and intention it deserves, you're not going to succeed. So put a guy in the top management team who actually knows this shit. And if you don't know if you don't have the wherewithal in the top management team to actually recruit this guy, ask someone who does to help you with it. Because this is actually crucial. Because if you don't get the expertise into the top management team, you're fucked.
So the problem is if you're recruiting this on a too low level as a one guy first in, and the whole infrastructure is not there, the whole understanding for the different balancing of the different roles, you'll have a hard time to make it work.
Yeah.
So you are saying then that so more importantly, if you go where you organize it, I think Spotify is different because you're such a mature company in terms of these topics.
It's a tech company, so
it's a tech company, right?
Yeah,
so
sure the path.
So you basically say number one, middle manager or quite high up, you need to have someone who is taking point, who then starts organizing this at the same time. That's what you're saying.
Or if we sort of nuance the picture, this is sort of if you want to make the push, if you want to make the investment into becoming or sort of injecting data science, AI, machine learning into sort of the backbone of your enterprise, you need to give it space in the top management team. You can start small scale, of course, in a specific BU. Yeah,
so then you need to be top management in the BU.
Yeah, and there you can sort of, if you want to sort of, if you're a manager with sort of ambitions and you want to sort of start a small scale to grow, you need to get in sort of the spetskompetens.
Top expertise.
Top expertise.
Yeah, top expertise into your business units to actually help you prove the concept that this actually works in our business processes.
Yeah, because in the end, you need to be high enough so you come to the real business problem and the real, what is making a business impact on the one hand. And on the other hand, you need then to have the translation expertise and however you solve it with experts. But you need to start here to then start to really, concretize what value is. Yeah. And I think this is the catch-22, that if you don't have that expertise in the domain in quite high up, you really don't know what you don't know, so you don't really understand how you can basically look at this process more efficiently, more automated. Would you agree, Anders? I mean, I think this, when you see success with Peltarion and stuff like that, what's the ingredients?
Well, I think competence, as we say, is the top blocker for any kind of transformation for a company to become more data and AI ready, for sure. And as you say, to have that in top management team is crucial. But it also needs to be anchored throughout the organization, I would say, to make them understand what the potential is. So we basically needed to have spread out through the organization. You don't have to have deep like AI skills, but you need to have the core concepts and the potential that it can have if you do it right. And that level of understanding is necessary.
Another interesting sort of dimension is that do you recruit for competence or for talent?